of Ishvara only, of that Drashtu only. Just as the culmination of Sampradnya Samadhi gave rise to that Viveka Khyati, the culmination of this Asampradnya Samadhi gives rise to Ritambhara Pradnya. This Ritambhara Pradnya, the literal meaning is that faculty which has got capacity to hold Rita. Rita means truth, reality, truth. रित को धारण करने वाली. Not truth as we have read in the scriptures and all, but truth as it is. There is a difference between Rita and Satya. Satya is that truth about which we read in the scriptures, about which we can do anuman then. But Rita is direct, the truth as it is. So this is the subtlest faculty through which there is direct realization of the fact of the truth that this drashta is that Purusha. What we call that aham brahmasmi understanding. That this aham, this drashta is Purusha. Still that abidance in Purusha has not happened. Abidance in Purusha has not happened. Drashta is drashta. But that drashta with the Ritambhara Pradnya has understood that I am that Purusha. I am not this drashta. I am not this Mahatattva, but I am that Purusha. In fact, this drashta is the reflection of that Purusha only. So, this is a grand knowledge which happens. This is the knowledge of Ishvara. This is what we call the very seed of Sarvajñata. Niratashyam Sarvajña Bijam. From this only everything has come. From this only the Vedas have come. From this Ritambhara Pradnya itself, one can say the Vedas have emerged. Through the Vedas, we gain knowledge as Jivas, we gain knowledge from the Vedas. That knowledge is called Shruti, Shruti Praman. The Shruti or Agama, here it is said Agama. And then we also have Anuman. But this Ritambhara is neither Agama nor Anuman. Actually, that will be said in the next sutra. It is direct realization of the truth. It is as though Parama Pratyaksha, direct realization of the truth. What exactly it is, how it is and all, one can know only when one reaches that state. But it's quite a mind-blowing thing. Is Ritambhara Pradnya. So Ritambhara Tatra Pradnya. So through the practice of Param Vairagya, Abhyas of Param Vairagya, after Sampradnya Samadhi, after the culmination of Sampradnya Samadhi, when we gain that Vivek Khyati, and when we gain that Param Vairagya, and when one practices that Param Vairagya, then one gains more and more abidance in that Drashtu. Hmm. More and more detachment from the all the gunas mahatattva. And as one gains more and more abidance in the drashtu, that itself is called Atma Prasad. Ah. So, Nirvichara Vaisharadye, the very Vaishara, the Pravinata of this Nirvichara Samadhi or this Asampradnya Samadhi. Here the Nirvichar, it's like Asampradnya Samadhi के प्रवीण होने से वैशारद्य अध्यात्म प्रसाद one gains, and that adhyatma prasad gives rise to this faculty called Ritambhara Prajna, with which one comes to gain this knowledge that I, the drashta, it may not happen with words or something, but that anubhav happens that this drashta is that Purusha. The drashta is Purusha. So knowledge has taken place, but still yatra continues. यात्रा कंटिन्यूस, एक स्टेप और बाकी है, क्योंकि 2 सूत्र बाकी है. यात्रा कंटिन्यूस देयर, क्योंकि दिस नॉलेज दैट आई एम दैट पुरुष also leaves a samskar. That is also a samskar. So what happens then? Further he says, Shrutanumana Pratnyabhyam. Acha, this is about Ritambara Pradnya, what it is. Shrutanumana Pratnyabhyam. Anya Vishaya. विशेषार्थत्वात् श्रुतानुमानप्रज्ञाभ्याम् अन्यविषया विशेषार्थत्वात्. The speciality of Ritambara Prajna is mentioned here. Ki this Ritambara Prajna, Prajna means that wisdom, that knowledge, is different from Shruta and Anuman. It is not that one gains knowledge from the scriptures. It is different from the scriptural knowledge, not Agama Praman, nor is it Anuman. It is not Anuman also. It is direct recognition of the truth as it is. So, Shruta Anumana Prajnabhyam Anya Vishaya. And what is the Vishesha Arthatvat? In this, there is Vishesha Artha, means the Arthatjnana. Artha means that reality as it is comprehended. Not knowledge of the reality as described in the scriptures, or not the Anuman of that, but direct recognition of that. And as I said, it's very difficult to comprehend what exactly it can be. Only when one reaches that state, one will know. So, Vishesha Arthatva. See, when we read something in the scriptures, when we read whatever, what we do is we think about it and we gain that knowledge. That's called Agama, as we have seen, Agama Prama. But whatever we gain is, it is similar to Vikalpa only, but Vikalpa there is no Vastu, but here there is Vastu. It is similar to imagination only. But imagination, there are no actual objects, but here there is actual object. But still we have not seen, we have just understood it through words. And Anuman is also not seen, it is just inferred. So, Ritambara Prajna is neither inference nor knowledge understood through words, but it is direct Vishesha Arthatvat. Direct realization of the object as it is. So at this stage, when in asamprajnat samadhi, when this ritambhara prajna has risen, the seeker, whoever, comes to comprehend that I am that Purusha, wordlessly, that anubhava happens, that I am that Purusha. And still there is awareness of that Mahatattva is there. So, more and more practice of that Param Vairagya at this stage. At this stage, more and more practice of Param Vairagya is required. Why? That is said in the next verse. Tajjaha संस्कारो अन्य संस्कार प्रतिबंधी तज्जह संस्कारः अन्य संस्कार प्रतिबंधी हाँ तज्जह by that ritambara prajna also samskara is created. That also creates samskar. But it has that ability of negating all other samskar. Anya samskara pratibandhi. All other samskar get negated. At this level, the previous samskar are negated before only. Of jiva's samskars are negated in the beginning itself. At this level, even the samskar, because of which even Bhagwan takes avatar, Ishvar also takes avatar. To take that avatar also he needs samskar. To yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. I take form and I do this and I for the protection of the good and the destruction of evil and all. That's also samskar only. That also is like being bound to this world. So with this Ritambara Prajna and the practice of Param Vairagya, those samskars also get negated. Tajjaha samskaraha anya samskara pratibandhihi. With this understanding that I am not this drashta, but I am that Brahma, I am that Purusha, all this samskar related to the world, related to Mahatattva, related to all the expressions of Mahatattva. Even to say that, oh, I take birth to protect, there is all these are just expression of Mahatattva only. There is nothing other than that Purusha. Why to take avatar? Who is there? No sadhus and no adharma and no dharma. All these are just imagination. So, at this level, it is as though the Ishvara, I as Ishvara, do the sadhana to transcend the Ishvaratva also. So, with this Ritambara Prajna, that Anya Samskar, all Samskar gets negated. So, Tajjaha Samskara Anya Samskara Pratibandhi. All samskars get negated. Ritambara Prajna destroys all samskar. Only the one understanding remains that I am that Purusha. Aham Brahmasmi, as though I am that Purusha. But that is not the end of the journey. Arey Baba. एक ही step है. Even this samskar gets dropped. Further he says, तस्यापि निरोधे सर्वनिरोधात् निर्बीजः समाधिः तस्यापि निरोधे सर्वनिरोधात् निर्बीजः समाधिः तस्यापि निरोधे, even that last samskar, that I, the drashta, am that Purusha, that is my real Swarup, that samskar also gets dropped by the practice of Param Vairagya. By the practice of Param Vairagya, that last trace of samskar, which is the right knowledge also, but that also is a samskar, that last trace of samskar also get dropped. That dropping of that samskar is what we call chitta vritti nirodh. This last samskar, everything. And when that get dropped, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Tada tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodhat. Then everything is dropped. Because this was the last trace. When this last vritti also gets dropped, sarva nirodhat, nirbija samadhi, that is called nirbija samadhi. In that nirbija samadhi, nirbija means there is no bija of any birth. At the jiva level, which is at a very low level, when we are practicing savitarka and nirvitarka and all, or what you call before the Anandanugat, or even before Aspitanugat, when that bij is there, then the jiva takes birth. But at that levels, asampradnya samadhi, Ishvara take birth. Ishvara birth he takes by his own free will and all, but still that samskara is there. Even Ishvara hangs on to bless the jivas. But why make Ishvara also remain there? Ishvara takes birth out of his own free will. Whenever this feel adharma is increasing, he says, I take birth. But that is also bija only, which makes him take birth. So at this stage, tasyapi nirodhe, sarva nirodhat, even that seed or that samskar is also dropped with param vairagya. With that param vairagya, then nirbija samadhi, there happens nirbija samadhi. And nirbija samadhi is like that drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Drashtu has dropped all attachment to the Mahat Tattva, to gunas, and is abiding in his own nature. Then there is no more coming back, neither as Ishvara, nor as Jiva, nor anything. That is the Nirbija Samadhi. Tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodhat nirbija samadhi. This is the nirbija samadhi. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. That drashtu, what we were talking about in the beginning, is that Ishvara who abides in his own nature. So jiva, when individual, when he keeps doing the sadhana, at a stage comes when he becomes one with Ishvara. And then as Ishvara, the sadhana continues and one gains that abidance in one's own supreme nature. This is quite a mind-blowing phenomena. Don't you agree? It's quite mind-blowing. I also did not know it will be so mind-blowing, but it is. So tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodhat Nirbija Samadhi. And this first chapter of Yoga Sutra called Samadhi Path is complete. And it is meant for those who have done the initial stage of Yama, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, till Pratyahar. Those who have done these 5, for them to continue is this, those who have reached that state is this Samadhi path. But those who have not done Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, for them the next path is that, Sadhana path. And from the next, the journey is taken up, and slowly and steadily it is brought to the same stage in the last chapter. So the second the following 3 chapters are journey from the scratch, like scratch means from Yama level, and it takes slowly, and in between the what you call the vibhutis are also explained, and finally the stage of Nirbija Samadhi and ultimate culmination with that Swarupa Avasthiti is also explained or given. So this is a very fascinating text. It is not only just a theory, but it is a complete step-by-step practical guide. Those who are interested to attain that state of Nirbija Samadhi or Kaivalya Avastha, this is a step-by-step guide. So you have to keep studying, keep contemplating on it, understand it, and follow it in your life. That will be the fulfillment of this camp also. Samapatti then will happen. Okay. We will chant few sutras. The first 4 sutras are considered the sar of the entire Yoga Sutra. अथ योगानुशासनम् योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानम् वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र. So thus this Yoganuशासनम्, the Rishi says, I will expound, and he gives the definition, Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodha. So here he mentions only one Chitta Vritti, that singular Vritti, which is the final Vritti of even that Aham Brahmasmi. That Vritti also gets dropped in the final state. And when that happens, the Drashtu, who has recognized himself as that Purusha, gains abidance in that Purusha. Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. And if this doesn't happen, then the 4th sutra tells about others. Others who have not gained that abidance, who have not even recognized that Drashta, who is still hanging on with that ahankar. For them, the whole life is according to their vrittis only. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. As the vrittis come, so your life will be. Good vritti, good life, bad vritti, bad, happy vritti, happy, sad vritti, sad. It goes on. So from this level, if we want to reach that, we have to follow the path shown by the Rishi. So by Bhagwan's grace, we have concluded this chapter, and it was quite a thrilling experience. So I invoke the blessings of Pujya Gurudev, and Ishvara on all of us. May his grace and blessings be always on us. Om Tat Sat. We will conclude with a prayer, and then we will start the other program. What other program? Yeah, other program. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.